All right, today's video is going to be kind of a quick one, and I'm going to do two things. First, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for your concern. A lot of people have thought over the last few videos I was kind of down and grumpy, and I probably was, but I'm fine. And if you think that I am afraid of having people that hate my guts, you're thinking wrong, because I ain't afraid. I'm not trying to make people hate me. I'm trying to be honest and helpful, and the purpose of these videos is to really hopefully help you think. Just kind of slow down for a minute and think. You don't have to agree with me. And what makes me feel really good is when people say, I watch your videos, I like your channel because you seem authentic. I don't know how any other way to be. It's just me. I'm filled with flaws, but I will tell you the truth and give you my perspective. And hopefully you can pull a nugget here and there and think about it. Help you make a few better decisions or some adjustments along the way. So I did a series of videos recently on RVIA's new RVing campaign, to get people to go out and buy an RV. It's called Just Go. And the video, I'm going to put a link to it below. It was called Go RVing, Give Me a Break. Got a lot of comments on that. A lot of people don't like that ad campaign, kind of like I don't like it. But Wendell Stevens wrote an email and or actually made a comment, and I'm going to read that comment to you. And I'd like to know what you think. I'd like to know what you think about RVs. Another great perspective on what's going on in the RV community. Several points struck a chord with me over the last 10 years that we've been RVing. I've seen technology grow by leaps and bounds. People used to go camping to camp and to be outdoors. Now, many are more concerned with how many lights they can put up around their campsite, how big their outdoor TV is, the quality of their exterior speakers, how far from their RV they can still hear their stereo, how far their pets will wander, etc. And all the gadgetry in and on the RVs astounds me. It's like, let's buy a 6-figure motorhome with multiple touch screens that control every aspect of the RV, and because we didn't care for the batteries, the touch screens went blank, and now we can't bring the slides in. I keep hoping that this trend reverses, but it appears I may be wishing on a star. That's from Wendell Stevens. Thank you, Wendell, very much. And let me tell you something, brother. You are wishing on a star. But there's nothing wrong with wishing. I wish on a star too, but I don't think it is going to change. RV manufacturers make things that people buy. That's the name of the game. If people buy it, they're going to make it. And people love lights and lipstick, all that glitter, all that shiny stuff, and they forget to look underneath that. It's kind of like on social media. You see somebody's picture on social media, and they're so beautiful. Man, then you see them in person, you're like, is that same person I saw that Facebook picture of? You got to look beneath that those lights. Look beneath all that glitter. Look beneath all that fancy stuff. How's the RV made? That's the important thing. Yeah, it's nice to have all those nice things, but look for quality. And quality is not in those LED lights and all that fancy stuff, glitter, as they say. A couple of things, kind of analogies, if you will, parallels, metaphors. Chevy Trucks was one of my big sponsors when I was doing TV fishing programs. And, I'd talk with the engineers and some of the design people, and I would often ask, well, why don't you guys make a truck that's just a basic truck? Doesn't have all the, power everything and carpet everywhere and all, but you make just a basic truck that I can take to the car wash. And after I get through fishing or hunting, I can spray that thing out, and it's going to cost a whole lot less money. Why don't you even offer that? We don't want to do that. That's not what we do. We sell those expensive Suburbans and Tahoes, and I know, but why don't you? Because we don't make enough money doing that. And that's the truth. It's not what I wanted to hear, but at least it was an honest answer. People will buy things. We want all that flashy stuff. We need to look for quality. Another kind of metaphor, if you will, when I was doing those TV fishing shows, I worked really hard to get a lure sponsor. This was a very big lure company that if you're a fisherman, you probably know who it is. But I worked a long time to get this company as a sponsor, to support me and to believe in me. They made all different kinds of things. So I was part of their pro team and went to a meeting. And at that meeting, they always introduced new products. And so as a member of the pro team, which is really cool, kind of an ego deal, they said, here's some stuff. We want everybody to go out and test it and give us their honest feedback before we release it on the market. man, this is so cool. And the lure, man, it was beautiful. Go out, long story short, go catch fish. It caught the you-know-what out of fish. It was great, except for one thing. The hooks were terrible. They weren't terrible. They were super sharp, but you catch a little fish and it like almost bend the hook out. If you caught a big fish, it wouldn't straighten the hook, but the hooks were not very durable, very sharp, but thin and wimpy. And how do you say that when you go to the next meeting? How do you tell them that, like the lure, don't like the hooks? But I did, because they asked me for my opinion. And everybody else that was there was like, I don't believe I would have said that. But it was the truth. They asked for the truth. One of the senior VPs pulled me off to the side a little bit later on. He said, you know how many of those hooks we have? I don't have any idea. He said, you know how we get them? I said, I don't have any idea. We get them in these big barrels, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And we've got many of those barrels. We're not going to change those hooks until we get through with all the ones we've got. And I'm thinking, that's not what I wanted to hear, but it's the truth. You would think somebody at the company would care enough to go, oh my God, instead of having, I don't know how much it cost them to make all this product that was inferior product. They sold it. Guarantee you they sold it. And I guarantee you a lot of people, maybe I got a bad batch. I don't think so. A lot of people probably had the same experience as me and just chalked it up, said, well, there went $10. But when somebody asks me for the truth, I'm going to tell them the truth. Now, even if it's my boss, even if it's somebody I work for Chevrolet, whoever it is, I'm going to try and be as honest as I can without being ugly. And people are buying these RVs with all this glitter on them, and it makes a lot of money for the manufacturers, and God bless them, but it's not the glitter that makes the RV good. It's the stuff underneath that glitter, underneath the lights, underneath all that sparkle, and oh, it smells so good in here, I can just imagine us going to the lake. How is it made? Really, how is it made? Do you know? Do you know what your required maintenance is going to be on that RV? Because if you don't know, you're going to find out real soon. Let me tell you something, they all fall apart, every one of them. The best RV on the road is going to fall apart if you don't take care of it. And every RV is going to require more work and more maintenance than you hope it does. That's just a fact of life. But the good far outweighs the bad, at least in my opinion it does. But you got to know what you're getting into. Don't fall for the lights and lipstick, as they call it. Look for quality. Go online, read reviews, check the reviews of the dealers. I've recently done also some videos on the extended service plans, these extended warranties. I'm not a big fan of them. And here's why, because most dealers are crappy. And when you got a crappy dealer and an overexpensive warranty and you can't collect on it, it's a bad deal. You got a good dealer? And there are good dealers, really good dealers. And you buy that extended warranty, I'm telling you, when you have a problem, they will help you more so than somebody that's like, what's your name? When were you here? And you know what I'm talking about. So I'm not a big fan of the extended warranties personally, but I think if you have the right dealer, they can be, you got to make that decision, but you got to make an informed decision. So Wendell, thank you very much for your input. I want to thank everybody. You don't have to agree with me. I hope you don't agree with me. I hope you don't agree with me on everything. Gosh, if you do, you're a sad, sad person like I am. But I'd love to hear from you. Your comments are important to me. I love getting voicemails, and I love the emails, even from the people that don't like me very much. I read every one of them. I am not afraid, and I will read some of them. I laugh at them. It's not in a condescending way. Maybe part of it is. But I do want to acknowledge that I don't have all the answers, but guess what? Neither do you. And the person that's out there that sees one video and goes, I hate his guts. How shallow is that person? I mean, really. Stick around. Watch a few of these videos. You may determine, you know what? I really do hate that guy's guts. And you may say, that guy's kind of my buddy. I'd like to go out and have a cup of coffee or have a beer with him. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you, Wendell Stevens, for your comment. I am Alan Warren. They call me the RV Wingman because I tell you the truth. Even if it's something that you don't want to hear, if it's something I think you need to hear, I'm going to tell you. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you next time.